Hello, good evening. What's happening? Is the apothecary? I do have the apothecary here. I'm not going to build the apothecary tonight. I'm going to start by building the combi weapon lieutenant that I never arsed myself to build. Hello, Laxus. Harold and Bob. Isn't it supposed to be Harold and Kumar? How you doing, Harold and Bob? Hello, Tom. Evening all, assembling Asriel, Asmodai, 6 inner circle companions. What are we all up to? Hello, Drazik. I feel like I haven't streamed a hobby stream in fucking ages. So I'm here. I think I'm going to stream hobby on Wednesday night as well. I'm pivoting. Am I finally getting around to Leviathan? Yep. I think I only recently finished Dark Imperium. And I haven't finished... What was the other one? Haven't finished Indomitus because I still have some of those Outriders to finish painting. So, does my camera look very yellow, or is it just me? Anyway, sorry. I'm pivoting. I'm going to be playing... What the hell is it called? Angelic Inheritors, because I think Angelic Inheritors is way stronger than I gave it credit for. Obviously Jack Harpster took it to LVO, did amazing with it. I played it one time this week, was like, oh my god. I actually think it's kind of amazing. So, I really thought after that tournament, like, if you watched the video I put out on Friday, I talked a lot about how much I enjoy playing lag at the tournament, and how strong I thought lag was. Since that video came out, I've played one game of Angelic Inheritors, and I'm like, oh my god, I should have been playing Angelic Inheritors. They are seriously fun. Or maybe still have to learn some things, and maybe they have some bad matchups. Sure, everybody has some bad matchups, you know? So, for now anyway, this combi lieutenant that I've never built or played, I figured I may as well make. I'm going to start the stream with him, then we're going to move on to some painting. I'm going to be here for a while tonight. I told my wife I'm going up to stream. I feel like I haven't streamed in ages. She said that somebody would probably have missed me, so hopefully somebody from chat missed me. How's everyone doing tonight? What are you working on? Good evening, by the way. Thanks for always being here. I do appreciate it. You came back to the hobby after Indomitus sold out. You couldn't get a box. You were raging. I thought you were in the hobby longer than that. Hello, Alex. Good evening. Your bulb temp is 27k. If you switch it to 500k for color correction on video by bulb temperature, I can change my bulb temp. Like, there's blue, there's yellow. Yeah, maybe the blue's better. That looks less yellow, right? Drazik was playing a 14-player event today with Liberator Assault Group. What went wrong? I think Liberator Assault Group is great. I really do think it's a good detachment. Sorry, I spun my sprue round. I lost what I'm looking for. Alex just finished his workout. Good for you, Alex. I work out this morning, and then I took my kids swimming afterwards, and my little son was wanting picked up out of the water constantly. I was like, oh my god, dude, do you not realize I just worked out? You're killing me here. I guess he's getting heavy. So, I'm just going to snip all the pieces off for this lieutenant with combi weapon. I'm not even sure if he's going to make it into my list, but he might. I ordered the Sanguinar today. Again, I'm not even sure he's going to make it into my list, but I feel like I should probably own the Sanguinar. So I've ordered him. I got a really good price on him. It was like 22 bucks. I don't think I'm going to give this guy this silly little Reaver helmet that he's got. This Phobos helmet with the aerial. I think I'm going to give him a Blood Angels helmet. Where is the helmet? What number is it? C13. 13, 13, 14, 21, 4, 49, 13. Where the hell is 13? I always feel like such a chump when I'm trying to find these things. 13, there it is. Oh, it's like that half mask thing. So it's like head's uncovered and it's got some scratches on it. Yeah, I think I'm just going to give him a Blood Angels helmet. So I guess we'll clean all these pieces up and then we'll try and find a Blood Angels helmet. The Death Company are really not good. 350 points with Lamartes that explode. One enemy unit, then I'll die. Yeah, that's pretty much what Death Company do at the moment. And that's why I don't run them anymore. I tried running them as 2 squads of 5, led by chaplains. I preferred that because they do the same thing, right? They blow up one unit and then die. Feels slightly better than having the 10-man squad. But Alex says we did miss your streams. Thanks, dude. I thought somebody would say something nice about that. Yeah, Christmas, holidays, all that good stuff, I guess. What's up, Rich? I'm building the combi weapon lieutenant tonight. I'm going to start here and then I'm going to maybe paint some Terminators, because I think I'm going to put some Terminators on my next list, and I've got 2 jump characters I'm going to at least get a bit of a base coat on. I ordered the Sanguinor today. And I did indeed order some filthy Eldar today, yes. The Eldar I ordered today was a Phoenix Lord. I don't even know the name of the Phoenix Lord. He's just the new one that goes with the Warp Spiders. Because apparently I have Warp Spiders. Yeah, I mean, it is thematic for the Death Company to just kill one unit and die. But if you take 3-man squads of Sangre Guard with a captain, for example, they're kind of the same points as the 5-man Death Company. With a chaplain, and the thing is that 3-man Sangre Guard can actually survive some stuff because they've got a 4-up invan and they've got 3 wounds per model, and they've got -1 to hit and wound in combat. So I feel like, put it this way, my Angelic Inheritors list has 3 units of Sangre Guard, 3-man squads, and doesn't have any Death Company units. Because a 3-man Sangre Guard squad feels really efficient. You know, it's durable in melee, it's not too much to lose if it dies, it has a chance of surviving, whereas like the Death Company, I just don't think they have much chance of surviving anymore. And their damage isn't that great anymore either. So, for now anyway, Death Company are really not anywhere. Like, when I'm building an army list, Death Company aren't even on the table. Not even a single, not even a single squad. Not a Death Company Dreadnought, not Death Company Captain, not Death Company of Foot, not Death Company with Jump Packs, just none of them. I'm just not interested in any of them. I think what you can get some value out of like Lamartes and Astrath with a 10-man squad, but like, the second they get focused, they're just all going to die. And I just don't like them for the points you have to pay for them anymore. I'm a discussing heretic, says Eternal Crusader. Thanks, dude. I mean, I've been solely playing Blood Angels for like a decade at this point. I don't think I've played any other army since Blood Angels, or I don't think I've played any other army except Blood Angels since like 4th edition. How long was an edition? 3 years. So I haven't played any army since except Blood Angels in like 18 years. So forgive me if I've got a new army to play with. I'm sorry. I mean, Blood Angels are still going to be my primary army, and I'm probably not going to do all that much. But it's nice to have an option. I've been doing 5 Terminators and a Chaplain and a Land Raider. They've been awesome. Yeah, I was thinking of doing 5 Terminators with Librarian, just because I won a tournament. No, sorry, didn't win a tournament. I won a competition, and won a what was it? I won a commission, right? Like I won a thing for a commission painter, and he would paint any model that I want. So I've got this badass Librarian that's never been used. So I was thinking maybe I'll try him. I mean, I do have a Librarian, a Chaplain in Terminator Armor, and I do think Chaplains in Terminator Armor are pretty good, or Chaplains in general for Blood Angels +1 to wound is pretty good. So maybe I'll pivot back to that. But for now, I think I'm going to try him. I'm not sure what I feel about this Tyrannid shoulder pad for the combi weapon. Is it? Do people like the Tyrannid shoulder pad? It's like a whole arm, isn't it? It's like his arms like got this chitin stuff on it. Oh, autofocus is not working tonight. God damn it! I hate the autofocus on this camera. I swear to God. Oh, there it is. I don't really paint Tyrannids, so I don't really know how to paint that, but we'll see. Lazarus says, any thoughts on what? I think Jack mentioned that his list using Angelic Inheritors doesn't have a bad matchup. I thought he said that he had a bad matchup in terms of Knights. Like, Chaos Knights are not a great matchup for him. I actually thought World Eaters might be a bad matchup for him as well. But I mean, Jack. The thing about Jack is Jack's playing on a higher level than all of us, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm decent at 40k. You know, like, I'm not great, but I am decent. I was gonna say you know, I've got 3 trophies up there: a first place, and a third place. So occasionally, in the last 8 years, I've won 2 events and I've come 3rd once. And so, I mean, I'm decent, but I still think that, like, I'm not trying to copy what Jack's doing. I think he's on another level to your, like, casual players, I guess. Like, I think that's why my channel is big now. You know, like, I'm 19,000 subscribers now, because I think I'm like your average person that's playing like average lists that people can relate to. I think what people on Art of War are doing, they're doing the games like, not, well, I mean, it is, I was going to say not professional, but it kind of is professional. Like, it's a level above like your average Joe that plays 1 game of 40k a week. Like, I play 1 game of 40k a week. That's all I do. Sorry, I need to find a base with some holes in it. Forget that these Indomitus ones and Leviathan ones need these base holes. Dante in 6 Sangre Guard is pretty strong, however I feel like I could swap Dante for a jump captain and not miss him. I like Dante in 6 Sangre Guard. I used it at the event that I was at, but there's still a danger that they get wiped fairly easily, right? I'm kind of on board of, like, I think Sangre Guard work best in 3s. And in my tournament list, I did have a 6. I just think that, like, they just sometimes get wiped too easy. Like, consider how many points you're paying for them, etc., etc. I just think sometimes they get wiped a little bit too easily for the 6. I think that's my issue with them. FNG Pog just lost for the 8th time against Thousand Suns. Thousand Suns can be pretty difficult, dude. I played them on stream like 2 months ago. Oh yeah, I played Templars like twice on stream. So yeah, I mean, I guess I've played Black Templars a couple of times. Even Cambo, did you see that? Cambo, on Wednesday night, I ran Reavers, and you weren't in the live chat. What the hell's up with that? Where were you? You didn't send in a sick note? You didn't let me know that you were going to miss the stream? I mean, I literally put in the Reavers because I thought you were going to be there. What shooting units do I use in my lists? I use Vindicator tanks, I use Predator Destructors, I use Ballistus Dreadnoughts. To a lesser extent, I use Company Heroes. Company Heroes are a melee unit, but their shooting's still pretty tasty. I like Company Heroes a lot. All the flame weapons have been an issue. I missed something, Clint. I've been doing Terminators. All the flame weapons have been an issue to go against with melee heavy lists. Who's been playing all flamers against you, Clint? What faction? Death Guard, maybe? Death Guard's flamers are pretty obnoxious. And they're fight first. Death Guard are one of the reasons that I ended up putting the Predator Destructor in my list, right? Because I just felt like I needed a way to kill Death Guard Terminators at range. And I think Predator Destructor is probably one of the best units you can put in your list to kill Death Guard Terminators. And obviously stay a crap load of inches away from them, because you just don't want to be anywhere near them, right? That was one of them, yeah. I mean, the problem with the Death Guard as well is, like, a lot of those flamers have like anti-infantry 2-ups or 4-ups, and then they're making your save 1 better, and then they're ignoring cover, and then I was gonna say, and then they're gonna overwatch you. There's something else that Death Guard can do around that, which is really nasty. Oh yeah, and they've got the fight first characters as well, so you can't charge certain units. And do you know what's in the meta that I play quite a lot? There's quite a lot of like the tournament I was just at, it was a 36 player event, and the highest like breakdown of players was Death Guard. It was 5 Death Guard players, so it's like 15% Death Guard, so you have a very good chance of playing it. I actually didn't play Death Guard in that event, but I guess statistically you have a pretty high chance of playing them if there's 15%. I don't know what the percentage would be, but it seems high. Greetings from Poland. How do I usually play Company Heroes? To control the midboard or to hold home objectives? To contest the midboard, to survive, to kill stuff. Company Heroes kill a lot of stuff. You'd be surprised. I mean, the 3 guys that have no melee weapon get like 16 or 18 attacks in Liberator Assault Group, I think. And then you basically can, if you pay 1 CP, you've got 2 characters with AP2 2 damage precision. So you can basically, in Liberator Assault Group, you can put like 16 damage 2, -2 into any enemy character and just precision them out very effectively with Company Heroes. Company Heroes might be the best unit we have for precisioning characters. Like, is there any other unit that actually has precision? Like, not on the leader? Because that's the great thing about the Company Heroes, right? The guy with 7 attacks, the champion, he has precision. So when you Finest Hour and you pay 1 CP, which you don't even have to spend the CP on because you get to use 1 stratagem for free. So essentially when the Company Heroes charge anyone, like, you just get to put 16 AP2 2 damage precision into someone. You've typically not used Epic Challenge anywhere else on the board, right? Because it's not like you're doing epic challenges all over the place, right? Like, that's a stratagem that you don't use very often. So you're not epic challenging typically. So you just get to instantly pick up some enemy characters. I like it a lot. I think it's a wildly underused unit, and I don't really see why it's so underused. I think they're one of the best units in my list. There's very rarely a tournament or a game where I'm like, those Company Heroes were useless, they sucked. most of the time they're really awesome. And I've made videos about it, but people still just don't. People just don't like company heroes. And I didn't even buy any company heroes. I scratch built mine from other models. This camera is doing my head in tonight. What is up? Company heroes without inv are meh. I don't think so. I mean, they got -1 to wound all the time. Your armor will contempt them for free. I think they're great. 4 wounds per model is a great breakpoint as well. I think the 4 wounds per model is possibly one of their strongest aspects as well, right? You know, like anytime you get hit with 3 damage weapons, it's really ineffective against them. My company heroes and Rage Captain took out Anger on turn 1 in round in lag. To be fair, he didn't roll well on his save. Well, there you go. You see, other people, some people have get value out of company heroes. I think they're awesome. I think I'm going to try and include. I think I am going to try and include them in my my Angelic Inheritors list, because I think they get even better in Angelic Inheritors. Because I think they're just going to reroll all those ones to hit and wound all the time as well. With the amount of shooting they get, with the amount of I was going to say, the amount of shooting they get and the amount of melee they get, I think it's really good. -1 to wound with 4 wounds is amazing for survivability. Yeah, I mean, it really is. They surprise a lot of people because people underestimate how much they need to pop them. Eternal Crusader is switching his paint. I bought some Army Painter paints today. Tom went 4-1 last weekend with a double impulsor. Good for you, Tom. I was really trying to go 4-1, but I couldn't quite make it. Reavers have precision and shooting in melee. Sure. So out with Reavers. And I mean, Reavers have their own problems anyway. Out with Reavers, there's no other unit that has precision in shooting in melee, right? I think until you've played company heroes for like... Bear in mind, I won a GT with company heroes on my list. And in that GT, in the final game, like game 5 on the final day, the company heroes were so valuable. I don't want to say they won me the event, but they sure as hell were really, really important in that final game. Because I was playing against an orc player who had a crap load of mega knobs, and he was going to... Of course, because you know what orcs are going to do, right? They're going to wah you, or wag you, or however the hell you want to pronounce it. Wah! So you know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to wag me, they're going to charge me with a crap load of stuff, and it's all about if I can survive through the wag turn. But orcs don't have fallback and charge. So I just went YOLO out of the impulsor with the company heroes and like slammed into the mega knobs. And I feel like if any other unit that I had in my list slammed into those mega knobs, they would probably be dead. But the company heroes with their 4 wounds per model and their armor of contempt for free and their -1 to wound, I think he did kill 2, maybe 2.5 company heroes. So I lost 10 wounds off the company heroes with armor of contempt and -1 to wound. But it was huge because it just meant like, so in his wag turn, or the turn he wanted to whack in, his big unit of mega knobs was fighting a squad of company heroes. He can't fall back and advance and charge, so it was like, okay, I've just taken your most deadly unit. Yeah, they're going to kill my company heroes probably next turn. But do I even care? What about running 2 squads of company heroes? I like them. I think they're a great unit. I don't own 2 squads of them. I mean, I do have a Blood Angels captain on sprue that I could literally get out of the combat patrol and start building right now. Do you know what? Maybe you're tempting me to build this other Blood Angels captain. Kalgar plus Company Heroes is amazing. He gets his Victrix guard, so it's a 7-man unit. It fits in the Impulsor. Does it? Did not know that. Astrath has precision, but not the unit. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about Company Heroes, is the champion has precision. And he has like 6 attack space. So in Liberators, he's got 7 attacks at strength 7. In Angelic, he's got like 6 attacks at strength 5 at rerolling 1s to hit and wound. And you can give them lethals, and you can give them +1 to wound. I think the Company Heroes are dope, man. I really do. Go on then, we'll build this other Blood Angels captain just now. I'm trying to think if I have any other Primaris captains on foot. I don't think I do. Captains on foot are not a thing that we really did all that often as Blood Angels. It was more like... There's more captains with jump packs, wasn't it? This fucking combi weapon on the back of this guy's backpack really doesn't want to attach properly, does it? How the fuck is it supposed to even stick? How are you supposed to... Where is this bit even supposed to glue to? Oh, is it like way down there? No, it can't be. What angle is his backpack supposed to be at? I would have thought it would have been that, but it doesn't reach. Hello Carl, good evening. If you bought the Company Heroes, they come with a captain. There you go. I didn't buy Company Heroes. I bought that one Company Ancient. Remember when the Ancient was sold by himself? I bought that. And then because I had the Ancient, like my Company Heroes are like jerry-rigged. That's the word I'm looking for. FNG Pog just finished the Lieutenant yesterday, and this stupid strap, is it attached to the gun properly at the back? Maybe that's it. I don't think so. I don't know. Tambo, I already said I used Reavers this week, man. You missed it. You missed it, dude. Tom says I came up with a crazy Firestorm force with 30 in Furnace. Do you know what, Tom? I thought it would be cool to do like 3 Impulsors, each with 5 in Furnace inside them. Am I building a lone op for the Angelic Inheritors list? I'm building it for options, yeah, correct. VT, how you doing? I've had this guy obviously like a year and a half at this point, but I've never built him and I've never run him, so... I want to give him something more Blood Angels than what he's got, though. Because like there's nothing Blood Angels about this guy at the moment, is there? So I think we either need to give him a Blood Angels helmet or something. Can they use firing deck? Yeah, 100%. Why would they not be able to use the firing deck? So the only caveat of having like Infernus Marines inside an Impulsor is if you use Overwatch, you can't use the firing deck during Overwatch, because firing deck is not allowed to be used in Overwatch. You've been sick all week and you've been running out of content to watch. I'm sorry, I've been on holiday, so I haven't put out quite as much content as I guess I normally would. I was going to say, well, I put one of these Boggin new Sangre Guard helmets in him. Maybe that's what we'll do, because I don't really like those new Sangre Guard helmets at all. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll give him one of these, like, Stormcast Eternal Sangre Guard helmets. I don't see much else you can, you know, none of my other models are, like, screaming out for these. Amnesia, hello, welcome to the hobby. Always nice to see some new people. If you type !Discord in chat, you'll get a link. My bot should give you a link to the Blood Angels Commander Discord. I actually don't know how many people are in that Discord now, but I feel like it's a lot. Let me check. It's easy for me to check, actually. I'm not sure. So I've got... No, 485 are online at the moment. That seems like a lot of people online. Yeah, so there's like 500 online right now. So we've got a lot of people in Discord, I think. Oh, do you know what? He looks pretty cool with the Stormguard helmet, actually. Do you know what? I think I like... I was going to say, I think I like it. Come on, camera. You can autofocus. Do the thing. God, this camera has been... Oh. Kill me. I need to get another camera mount. This one's driving me mental. Combined with the fact that the camera, like what is with the autofocus? It used to work fine. They updated the app, of course, because that's always what shit happens. Autofocus. Normal. I mean, it focused on my hand pretty good. There we go, that only took 10 minutes. Maybe I'm just too close to the camera, like maybe it can't focus there. Alright, cool, we've got Lieutenant with Sangre Guard helmet. I feel like I want to put something off the upgrade sprue on him as well, though. Like maybe these little wing things? What about using a Sisters Immolator with Flamers? It removes cover from enemies and you get 2 5-man Sister squads for sticky objectives. I'd seen people talking about that. I just don't have any Sisters of Battle models, I guess. What colours am I going to paint them? Probably red, I think. I mean, you could be red with a golden helmet. That's not a problem, right? Lieutenants, captains, they usually have golden helmets. If you want to use red blood on your the base of your Death Company Dreadnought, I think that would be fine. You probably just want some sort of different, more bloody. I think there's a like a blood for the blood god paint. I don't often put blood on my bases. But I'm pretty sure there's a blood for the blood god paint. Look, we put a little blood angels thing off the upgrade sprue onto him as well. Just give him a little bit more blood angels flavor. That'll be good. Could have given him an iron halo, I guess. All right, so we've got a combi weapon lieutenant now. You paint them in Death Company colors, Tom. Good for you. I used to do characters in Death Company colors quite often. Remember when like anyone could join the Death Company? You just pay some CP for it. Or you used to, was it CP or was it points? Maybe it was both. Getting rid of the tiny aerials a plus. Yeah, those aerials just break all the time. I have those tiny aerials on my impulsors, and I swear the second you take those impulsors to like one tournament, they just break off. It's like, why do they even design these with these tiny aerials? Just so I can break them off and be annoyed at myself. Alright, let me see what this captain sprue is. Oh man, I just realised Games Workshop don't send the combi weapon lieutenant alone. Couldn't you just use your words, John. Couldn't you just buy any old lieutenant and find a combi weapon from an old sprue and do that? That would be what I would do. I hate having to overpay for individual, like, single models. This must be the captain sprue, is it? Infernal pistol, shoulder pad, legs, cape, power fist with like little blood drops on it. I like it. Oh, this is the helmet. This is a cool helmet. This helmet is what the new Sangre Guard helmet should have been. I do like that they've done this wreathed helmet with a little blood drop on top of it as well. That's like a homage to like some of the Firstborn captains. So this captain sprue is actually pretty nice. And this little wing is pretty nice as well. This is Tycho, and you've got a iron halo as well. All right, cool. We'll build this captain as well because I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to build him as. I have a second Blood Angels Warhammer 40,000 app code. Is there anything I could do with it? Yeah, what you could do is occasionally people will go on to like Reddit and or Discord and offer to give up their second code and to someone, I guess, in the community that maybe couldn't afford the codex. So that would probably be the best use of it. You're probably better messaging. You know, you're probably better sending a message saying, like, did anyone not get the code? Because if you just stick it in a channel, someone will just take it straight away and not tell anyone. That's usually what happens. Alright, let me get the instructions, because... And does this guy just use a normal base? He doesn't have any feet bit that's sticking to the base. Yeah, I guess. Probably going to build this guy, and do you know what? You're right, the Laurel does look fucking cool. What is that? The Laurel is cool. I do like this because this reminds me so much of the second edition captain. I mean, I usually build my captains with power fists. So probably build him with the power fist, the winged bit. And then it's a toss-up. I could go and... I already have a captain, I think, that has this head. Or a similar head to this. This is cool though, I like this. Use the cape. Oh, I didn't even notice this guy doesn't have the cape, but I think this guy is cool. Yeah, regular 40 base. Alright, thank you. I actually organised some of my stuff, so I've got like a box that just has all the bases in it. What is this song called? It's called Back in Time, and you'll find it on the YouTube channel White Bat Audio. Like white like the colour, bat like the animal, audio like audio, I guess. Harold and Bob says, I'll take the code, I'm lazy. There you go. You could figure out how to contact Harold and Bob. Now we need to buy 3 captains for every box of Sanguinary Guard. Or you buy... I was going to say, this is a different shoulder pad as well, right? Like, this shoulder pad has, like, the Blood Angels logo, but it's, like, higher level. It looks almost like it's, like, an embossed version or something. Do you know what? Whoever made this Captain Sprue, I'm going to give them 10 out of 10. Am I making the Combat Patrol? No, I'm just making a couple of characters, and then I need to do some painting. Yeah, whoever made this Captain Sprue is getting a 10 out of 10. Whoever made the Sanguinary Guard Sprue is getting like a 6. But my opinions are my own, and my opinions are probably quite wrong. Greetings, Island Phoenix. Luke, I just built the combi weapon, Lieutenant. Yay! Have I got a chance to play Angelic Inheritors? Hero Hammer looks good on paper, but Spade and Melee is her inherent strength. Angelic Inheritors is dope, dude. I totally underrated it. Like, I hadn't played it. I basically said the same thing you just said to me there. Which is like, Blood Angels are super good because we're fast. And we're super good because we get +2 strength. And then here's the thing, right? Like, do you know what? If I got some dice, I want to show you an example, right? I'm going to show you a super simple example. Right, look. 9 dice, right? Is it 9? Yeah, perfect. Right. You've made a charge with Commander Dante. Let's say you're fighting World Eaters 8 bound. Yeah, that's what I fought this week. Exalted 8 bound. They're toughness 6. So Dante has his 9 attacks, because you're in Liberator Assault Group. So you roll your 9 attacks. Oh look, 2 1s. Right, Dante's strength 10, they're toughness 6. So we're wounding on 3s. We don't want any 1s again. Oh look, there's another 1. So 2 doesn't wound as well. So 5. So the Exalted 8 bound need to take 5 saves from Dante. Go Angelic Inheritors, right? You get 1 less attack. So you've got 8. You're still hitting on 2s. I was going to say this time I didn't roll any 1s, but if I had rolled some 1s, let's say these 2 were 1s, I'm going to re-roll them. Into double 1, go figure. But you get the example. So then you've got all 8 hit, give or take, most of the time. And then you're still wounding on 3s, but this time you've got re-roll 1s. Oh look, there's 1. So you would roll it, and you're like, so even though you had 1 less attack and 2 less strength, in Liberator Assault Group they had to take 5 saves. In this detachment, they had to take, like, potentially 7 saves. So my understanding of playing this detachment this week was... the reliability that your characters that hit on 2s that have already got high strength, i.e. Dante, i.e. Astaroth, i.e. Mephiston, i.e. anyone with a power fist, oh my god, is this detachment just that much better? Because, like, it's the same, right? 9 attacks with your finest hour captain. So he hits on 2s, bang! You always roll like 2 fucking 1s, don't you? Of course, in this example, I don't. But, like, if I have 9 attacks on a character, I'd reckon most of the time I'm rolling 2 1s. So, and you know, like, how many times can you roll 9 and get 2 1s? So, like, having 1 less attack, but re-rolling your 1s feels really meaningful. And then your wound rolls, are probably not, like, in some situations, like if you've got a power fist, you're fighting Death Guard Terminators, +2 strength doesn't do anything, right? So really your only bonus is +1 attack. So what would you rather, 1 more attack or reroll all your 1s to hit and wound? And it just felt like, having played it, I was like, oh my god, this detachment just has so much more reliability. I think the detachment gets, like, having played it 1 time, so 1 time is obviously not enough, and I'm going to play it more than 1 time. Like, it's going to be the detachment I play next time I play on stream. I've already built a new list. My feeling was, you want as many small squads as possible, so like MSU units, so 3 Blade Guard, 3 Outriders, 3 Sangre Guard, 5 Terminators. You just want the smallest squads you can and a character attached. And you want to have as many of those as possible. Don't use big squads. I feel like the plan is to just have tons of little squads that have all that extra reliability. All the characters have that extra reliability. And like, I just finished, like, so I finished making a huge video on Tuesday night about, like, the tournament that I was at, and how I really enjoyed playing the tournament in Liberator Assault Group, and how I felt Liberator Assault Group is really good, and how I wanted to do another tournament with Liberator Assault Group, because I feel like with a little bit more luck or a little bit more knowledge, I could have definitely won at least 1 more game. I wasn't a million miles away from potentially, you know, finishing 4-1. And at that point, like, the difference between 4-1 and 5-0 is sometimes dice rolls and a bit of luck. So, yeah, having played that tournament with Liberator Assault Group and being absolutely convinced that was the best way to play Blood Angels. To then play Angelic Inheritors like 2 days later and be like, oh my god, I really feel like I've been missing out. All the things that, like, I feel like every single time I attack with a character that's got like Dante, like 9 attacks, I always get a couple of 1s. And then it's like, oh, you're wounding on 2s. Always a couple of 1s. So it's like, Dante very rarely, I feel like, makes the enemy take more than like 5 saves from his 9 attacks. And then it was like, in Angelic Inheritors, it was like, alright, I'm hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, wounding on 3s, rerolling 1s. Oh, you just have to take all 8. Like, the reliability just felt crazy. Can anyone fit Desolation Marines and Apothecary into Angelic Inheritors? I mean, sure. Desolation Marines are still like 200 points for 5 or something batshit crazy, aren't they? Todd says the detachment has legs. Yeah, I agree 100% now, Todd. Here's the thing though, even if I played it that 1 time before the tournament and thought it was really good, I'm one of these people who, I'm not going to play a list to a tournament that I've played like no times. Wow, this model has a horrific mold line on it. That's really bad. I like being like ultra prepared for a tournament. I would rather go to a tournament with a list that's not good but I've played it 10 times than a list that's really good and I've played it once. Potentially GT winning again. Who, me? Can we expect more Reavers based on your game the other day? Probably not. I mean, I think the Reavers are probably okay, but I think I'd rather have a more multi-purpose unit combo. So I'm probably going to replace the Reavers with like a squad of Terminators. I haven't really played Terminators yet in 10th. I mean, I think I played them right at the start of 10th when they were generally not very good. I can't remember why they were so bad at the start of 10th, but I feel like they were just bad at the start of 10th. Shout out to Tom, he hooked you up with a code. Tom, that's a very nice thing for you to do. Thank you for sharing with the community, do appreciate it. Evening Calgar, how you doing? It feels like I haven't streamed to you guys in ages, so I'm so happy to be here actually, and I'm here until I get tired. Or until I run out of things to talk about. Both things could happen. But I have spent a crap load of time with my wife this last month. We watched over Christmas we watched the entire season 2 of House of the Dragon. Which I don't know if I felt like was as good as season 1, but did watch it. Maybe season 1 was just really good. The Terminator upgrade, the Terminator chest piece on the Blood Angels upgrade sprue is pretty dope. I hadn't really looked at it. Why is it so dope? Sorry. Faux Pals is thinking of kit bashing a Templar's Emperor's Champion as a Death Company skin captain. That would be pretty cool. Like keeping the orc base and everything. Season 1 of Slow Horses on Apple is really good. We watched something on Apple recently. Silo. That's what we watched. So I think we watched probably all of Silo and we watched all of House of Dragons. That's why I've not been streaming. But they're all finished now. So holidays is over, back to streaming. I finished the Combat Patrol on Tuesday. I'm now painting the Sangre Guard. Cool. I'm still sticking with my Firstborn Sangre Guard for a little while yet. I'm not in a huge rush. It's going to take me a long time to get all those Sangre Guard ready to go. I did pre-order the Eldar Codex today. Have you watched Dune? No, because I don't have... Dune's on... What streaming platform is Dune on anyway? I've watched the movies. I like the new Dune movies. But no, I haven't watched... I knew there was a show. It's probably Paramount Plus. I don't think we've got Paramount Plus. I don't really know what's on Paramount Plus, except maybe Star Trek? HBO? We don't get HBO in the UK, unfortunately. So I think if it's a show that's on HBO, we maybe have to buy it on disc. June 1984 is the best June. Get out of town, Highland. I mean, I have a soft spot for that movie because it's the first, you know, it was the original, but it's not the best, man. How's the guy that was from Vikings in that Dune Prophecy show? Was he any good in it? Because I feel like he's struggled to be in anything since Vikings. I don't know what... He was Ragnar Lothbrok in that Viking show. God, I was praising this new Captain sprue, and then when it comes to actually cleaning it up, I'm like, oh my god, this sprue is horrible. So many little bits of mold lines and shit. Oh, HBO isn't hard with a VPN. Okay, I mean, I don't have a VPN right now, but I am aware of what they do. I kind of told my wife we had to limit how many TV subscription services we had, because it was getting a bit stupid, right? Like, we have Amazon because you get the delivery, and then we have Disney Plus for the kids, and then we have Netflix, and at that point I was like, oh my god, how much are we paying a month for friggin' TV? Oh my god, this camera mount. This camera mount was great, and now I think it's at the end of its life. Anything touches the day. I'm gonna, do you know what, I'll just get a bit of string or something. Yeah. Camera mount's pissing me off. Okay. I had the exact same experience with mold lines. The design is great, the mold lines are infuriating. Okay, good to know it's not just me. I would use my firstborn Sangre Guard, but only a 5, and I can't find a second box of the old ones. Oh man, that sucks. I mean, if you maybe keep an eye on eBay. I was gonna say, the mold lines is ridiculous on this model though, holy crap. Occasionally there's a sprue or a unit that has horrible mold lines. I think that one of them, if I remember correctly, one of the units that had horrible mold lines was like Incursors. I really think, was it Incursors or Infiltrators had really horrible mold lines, and this Captain is right up there with like really horrible mold lines. Like, sometimes you barely need to clean them, and then other, like here, it's like you can see them everywhere. Four streaming services is getting like cable. Yeah, it's getting too much, isn't it? So we had to cancel some of them because I was like, this is getting a bit silly. So now we do this rotation thing. So we basically get stuck keeping Disney Plus and Amazon because those are the ones that the kids use, and Amazon delivery is always very handy for the next day delivery. And then we'll rotate. So have like one more, have it for a month, cancel it, move one. Good evening, Jay Cotton. Looking forward to the game breakdown soon. Yeah, do you know what? I was going to probably do the game breakdowns videos this week, but I might make an Angelic Inheritors video this week. Because I think I'm very excited about Angelic Inheritors, and maybe do the game breakdowns next week. But I think I might try something different with the game breakdowns. Like, before I would kick out like 5 different videos. I think I might just try and do it in like 2 videos, maybe in slightly longer format or more informative. We'll see. I'm gonna try something different because I think when I do 5 videos, it's possibly too much. So we'll try something new. I'm always trying to do new things. I'm always trying to maybe not keep things fresh, but like not rest on my laurels. Hello Matthew, good evening. Nice to see you. Hope you're well, Matthew. Good evening, good evening. I have the GW mold line remover, like the official one, but honestly I just use this super old kitchen knife that's blunt as hell. Works possibly just a little bit better because it's a bit of a finer blade, I find. And then sometimes if I really need to get in close, I use like nail files. Like, I just buy a packet of nail files and do that as well. Random combo for Angelic Inheritors. Intercessors. No, not Intercessors. Oh, come on, Highland Phoenix. Of all the exciting units that we have, you go to fucking Intercessors. At the moment, I just finished working on this guy, which was like the Combi Lieutenant guy. Hey, look, my autofocus is working. Holy shit. Hey, finally figured out the autofocus again. So I just finished building this Combi Lieutenant from the Indomitus box. And then I was going to build the Captain. This one. From the Combat Patrol, and then I was going to try and slap some paint on a few models. I'm going to be here for a little while tonight. It feels like ages since we've done a hobby stream. Like I was almost going to do one on Wednesday night, but Andrew was like, "Do you want to play?" Because it's like sometimes when you've just been to a tournament, you don't want to like if you just played 5 games of Warhammer at the weekend. Sometimes on like Wednesday night, I'm like, I'm not sure I want to play another game of Warhammer right now. So I just spent my entire weekend playing Warhammer. But I really wanted to play Angelic Inheritors, so I got a feel for it. So that's what we did on Wednesday night. So now I sort of got a feel for Angelic Inheritors. I kind of know what I'm trying to build, maybe a new army list. Antonius, embrace your inner red Ultramarines. No. I have a Gladiator tank, in fact. I actually have 2 Gladiator Reapers. But I'm not running the Gladiator Reaper until they make the Assault Cannon good again. Because it was so good in 9th edition and now it's garbage. And that's a hill I'll die on. The Assault Cannon is garbage since they took away its AP. Yeah, I will die on that hill. That Assault Cannon is garbage. So after 45 minutes of cleaning mold lines, I feel like some of these parts of this captain's pretty nice. Stasis says, hello, thanks for the videos and streams. Dude, thanks so much for hanging out and watching the videos and streams, you know? I appreciate it. Antonio says it's sad the assault cannons are wet noodles. Yeah, they're so bad. Has Blood Angels always been my go-to army? So, in 2nd edition when I started Warhammer, 2nd edition is like 1994 or something, right? It's hard to remember because it's so long ago. The first box I ever got was that 2nd edition starter box. You know the box that had like the 40 Gretchen, the 20 Orcs, the cardboard Orc Dreadnought, and like the 20 Blood Angels? Or the 20 Marines, I guess. That's where I started. And the little guide in that box showed you how to paint them as Blood Angels. So Blood Angels were my first 40k army. In 2nd edition I did also collect Orcs. Had some weird, had like Boar Boys? Orc Boar Boys, do you remember those? Yeah, I still have those Tactical Marines as well. The Cardboard Dreadnought, yeah. I don't know if I've got a Cardboard Dreadnought, or if I can't remember. Maybe. But yeah, I collected Orcs, Eldar, and Imperial Guard in 2nd edition. I didn't have very much Imperial Guard or Orcs, but I did have quite a bit of Eldar. But then, as time went by, I realised it was like too much, and my painting was too slow, and I had so much, basically, pile of shame, grey models, that I ended up trading all my Orcs, all my Imperial Guard, and all my Eldar for more Space Marine stuff. And then from, like, wherever that would have been, I think that was about 4th edition I did that. So since 4th edition, like 18 years or something, I've been exclusively Blood Angels. I mean, I do own a couple of Black Templar characters. I do own a couple of Knights. I do own some Legend stuff. And up until like last month, it was only Blood Angels, but I do now own an Eldar army, so I have that now. The Cardboard Orc Dread in the 2nd edition, so you might have him hidden somewhere. Do you know what? He is actually legal for tournaments, because he is an official GW model. We always joke that like we should go to a tournament and rock up with like 3 Cardboard Orc Dreadnoughts. Peter built 60 bolt pistol and chainsword marines, based them and painted them, and started to base them, and suddenly I get to the revelation, why did I do this? Yeah, why did you do 60 bolt pistol and chainsword marines? Are you going to get the Eldari army box? Probably not. I'm just like, I kind of hate it that the legends, like perfectly good models for the. I could be wrong here, but was it legitimately made of cardboard? Yes, it was a little black base with a cardboard stand. I was gonna say, I kind of hated the Legends models for no other reason, as far as I know, than to make more money. So I don't really. So I'm not gonna embrace. Like, I only bought the Sanguinar today. I guess I don't play him, so I didn't see any point of buying him. I obviously own the old Sanguinar, and he's fully painted and stuff, and I suppose I could have just grabbed a bigger base and stuck the old model on a bigger base and been done with it. But yeah, I'm very negative on, like, Games Workshop just remove. I get models need to be updated, I guess. But sometimes if I feel like they're just doing it for pure profit, like I feel like the Sangre Guard are a good example. Like, where's their wings? Where's their customization? Like, there just isn't any. So, if I feel like it's just done for pure profit to resell me models that I already got and painted, I'm very negative on that. My vast pile of shame is strategically located about the house, so my wife doesn't realise the scale of it. I have those drawers, like the tool drawers that you get, that you might see like in a garage or something. And I just have, like, God, I've got so many shelves of tool drawers that are just full of sprues and stuff like that. Recently I managed to get the Death Company army set for around £180. Should I start painting it? Yeah, why the hell would you not paint it, man? What else are you going to do with it? I'm not planning to run Death Company for now, that's why. I mean, I'm not planning to run Death Company for now, but I did build 2 of them with Eviscerators to future-proof. Here, that's the if you watched my video on Friday, I put up a picture of my army list from 4 years ago. And the reason I put the picture up on my army list for 4 years ago was for that exact reason, which is, like, units go in and out of popularity, right? So, like, something that you think is rubbish right now might come back with a vengeance. You know, there's nothing to say it won't come back. So, like, my thought is, if something isn't popular right now, I would still build it. I would paint it if you've got the time. I hope it's not my negativity on these upgrade sprues rubbing off on you guys, because, like, I'm usually quite positive about things. I just felt like I really did feel like the Blood Angels refresh was not as great as it could be. I do like this Captain sprue though. I feel like this Captain sprue is like an 8 out of 10 or something. I said a 10 out of 10 earlier, but my god, the mold lines on this Captain sprue have been obnoxious. Right, so we're going to make him with a power fist, I guess, and the infernal pistol. I really don't care for the infernal pistol these days. Maybe. Do you know what? I suppose maybe do you know what? Maybe it's better in Angelic Inheritors, actually. I'm going to put his pistol up like this. That's what I want to do. So that will be arm 16. I think. Yeah. Least Dante's pistols damage 6. Yeah, who would have known that, huh? Highland Phoenix, who would have known? I use the captain's face helmet on my Sangreguard banner. I'm going to use, I think, this helmet. I like it. I think it's cool. Why can't my captain have an axe or a hammer? Because it would cost more money to put them on a sprue. I don't know. It's a weird one, right? Because it's like, Games Workshop do want to sell stuff. We know that. So if they made like a Blood Angel's weapon sprue with lots of weapon options, they would, that is a thing that would sell. But for some reason, they don't want to put the weapon sprue out. They only want you to have the stuff that's on the sprue that comes with the model. So it's like, we're not really sure what their reasonings are sometimes, are we? It's like, some things are like, hey, we're gonna stop this and we're gonna change that, but then when there's something that they could sell, we're not gonna do it. What do you think of the Crimson Lord's resin bits? I think they're hot shit, and I've got loads of them. I've actually got 4 or 5 boxes of them for a charity raffle. Like, they're right here, like boxes and boxes of them. I was collecting them last year to do a charity raffle, right? Like, each of these boxes has like 4 different sets inside it. But I was trying to do a different charity this year, and the charity I want to do are being really difficult, and I don't really know why, because it's like I'm trying to raise money for them. I emailed them for like, I basically sent them like a final email on Friday, being like, is there no way we can make this happen? Here's a guy made with Crimson Lord bits right now. I was going to actually throw some paint on this guy right after I've built this captain. So this guy has Crimson Lord wings, Crimson Lord axes, Crimson Lord head, Crimson Lord backpack, Crimson Lord shoulder pad, and then here's a Sangreguard built with Crimson Lord bits. This guy has Crimson Lord wings, Crimson Lord shoulder pad, Crimson Lord helmet. I think that's it. I think that's a Crimson Lord shoulder pad back there as well. I was going to throw a little bit of paint on him as well. Just moved to a different charity. Yeah, I know, but here's the thing, Highland Phoenix. I don't want to give to like a giant charity where I feel like the money goes to, for example, right, like cancer research in the UK. Their director of cancer research has taken home like 6 figures. You know, like, I don't want to go to a charity where the money just gets absorbed into the charity and then, like, in a weird sort of way, potentially it ends up in the pocket of a director that's just taking a ridiculous salary, because I guess charity directors need ridiculous salaries. I don't know. So I was trying to find a charity that's like non-profit and also small enough so like you would know that the money that went there went to good causes. But I was also trying to find a charity in America, and I had found one. Just because the last If I go into my YouTube analytics, like 40% of my members are American. Or 40% of the channel viewership is American. So like last time the charity, we used the Children's Hospital that was like local to me. And it made a lot of sense because like, I'm sure everybody knows that when my son was born, he had a lot of medical problems and the Children's Hospital sorted them all out. So I just wanted to do American this time. So I need to try and find another small non-profit in America. Assuming that this charity gets back to me and says there's no way we can work together. If anyone can DM me that I see like Matthew saying one in chat. If it's a Children's Miracle Network, well, I don't know. That's the problem. Like, right, I don't really know any other American charities. So if some of you Americans in the channel can DM me some non-profits that, like, even if they're local to you guys, I don't really care where the money goes. I just want it to go to. I don't want it to go to a charity where it potentially gets lost into like paying the salary of some director that's on six figures. That's abhorrent to me. You know, like, I want to make sure it goes to something like, and children's charities are good, right? Because any child that's born without, you know, like, if a child gets born into poverty, that's not really their fault, right? So anything that can do stuff like that is, I like that, you know, like, or Children's Hospital, something like that. I think children is good. So yeah, Crimson Lord wise, I've got a lot of kits. I think they're great. If you didn't buy any of the Crimson Lord campaign stuff, I would buy it. But you will be there will be a chance to win some of it on my channel this year, because we're just going to do what we did last year, which is like, I think last year I had 2 prizes. This year I've probably got like 6, maybe 7 prizes. And they'll just be big bundles of Crimson Lord stuff. And it will cost you $1 per ticket. And we'll do it through one of those websites where, like, it'll be open for like 2 weeks. You buy a ticket for $1. At the end of 2 weeks, it will just automatically get drawn. And then I'll send the 7 prizes wherever they need to go. So that's the plan. That's what I want to do. And I had found a charity in America that was sort of what I was looking for, but for some reason they don't want to work with those websites that do the raffles, because the raffle website I used last year, they take 10% of the money. So like, for every $1 that goes into the raffle, like, I didn't take any of the money, but the raffle website takes 10%. But like, there's taxes and there's currency conversions, and I'm sure, and I mean, they do all the work, right? Like, it's literally no work for me. I just log in and set up the raffle, and it all happens automatically. And like, they're gonna take a fee for that. There's nothing I can do about that. Like, there's a few different ones, but they're all gonna take a fee, because they're not gonna host their website and do all that stuff for you for £0, right? And the charity I was trying to give money to was like, oh, we don't like companies that do that. And I was like, but I don't have any other way to do a raffle worldwide and sell tickets and convert them to the right currency and all that nonsense. Like, yeah. So there's nothing I can do about that. Charity for endangered haggis. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why they don't want to work with the website. Andonius, they just said like they don't want to, and I guess that's fair enough. But it just means I'm back to like I thought I had picked a charity and I thought it was good to go. So I would appreciate it. Yeah, even PayPal take a fee. Yeah, exactly. So like, even if I manage to somehow go to everybody's house and sell them all the raffle tickets in person, so that there was no fee, The second I then transfer that fee internationally to an American charity, like you say, PayPal are going to take a fee, the bank are going to take a fee. I emailed the guy who was like the CEO of the charity or whatever, saying like, I don't know how I can not have them take a fee. I cannot take a fee, and I'm happy to do that. Yeah, I'll send you the cash in the mail. You know, back in the day, people did that, right? You remember Christmas cards where you used to just get cash in the Christmas card? The world was a different place, huh? Do you know what? Like, our society is becoming so cashless, it's actually kind of funny. Because at Christmas time, we gave my daughter like 20 pounds, which is probably like equivalent of like maybe like $25, and told her like, we're going shopping for Christmas and you can buy anything you want. And what was really cute, she like holding up like the 20 pound note, and she's going, Dad, I have 20 money. And I was like, yeah, you do have 20 money. She's like, what can I buy? And I was like, you can buy anything you want, you've got 20 money. Money is a concept, like, I feel like when we were kids, we were always given money, and now it just doesn't happen. Everything's bought in cards. It's such a con as well. It's so much easier to keep track of money than it is to keep track of what you've spent on a card as well. You know that, right? That's why the banks all want you to have cards. You can trust your postman with everything except your wife. Those were the days. Foreign transfer fees are usually that much. Yeah, I mean, PayPal, like eBay and PayPal, it's like 3 or 5%, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it's fine. So if any of, just because the last charity we did was in the UK, I think this year we're going to do an American charity. So if anyone can DM me any good American charities that you think is good, and like I said, is like a non-profit, and isn't like, it doesn't feel like the money's just going to go to an executive or however that might look. That's really what I would like to support. And then next year maybe we'll go back to doing UK charities again. So how's this cape supposed to go on? Like this? Yes. Okay. It's not very often that I have to do characters with capes. If at all, I guess. I could have a rep reach out to you, Blood Angels. Last year we raised money for kids' brain transfer treatment. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, anything like that, man. And if it, like I said, I don't even mind if it's like local to certain areas in America. I just thought it'd be nice to do an American one, do a British one. Hell, we might do somewhere else next year, but America and Britain, I guess, are the two of my biggest audiences. You know what, we do get some good New Zealand people in here. Or New Zealand, Australia. My daughter claimed she was rich with $150. There you go. Do you remember when you were kids, though, and $150 was a lot because you didn't know anything about taxes, right? The glory days. Okay, A14. Sorry, not A14. Yeah, A14. Hello, Jeff. Good evening. Remember when coins were a lot? We could get gumballs. I do remember when coins were a lot. Do you know what? is crazy to me though is like, you know those machines that have the grabber claw, and they like come down and they try and grab the toy, and like they never, like the chances of you getting a toy are like 1 in 50. I feel like when I was a kid, those machines were like 10 pence, 10 cents maybe the equivalent like of a dime ago. Those machines are like £1 ago now, which I guess is like $1.20 or something. Now, I said to I was like, oh my god, these machines, they're £1 ago now. Get out of town. I'm not paying £1 ago for a chance that you can never get it to catch anything, right? Fucking crazy. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, Jeff. Do appreciate it. Remember being able to get a packet of pick and mix for 20 pence. Yeah, we used to get a 10 pence mix when I was a kid. That was 10 sweeties. So each sweetie was 1 cent. Thoughts on running a Thunderstrike instead of the Ballistus? Give the other shooting more AP. Well, I mean, I guess if you've got enough shooting to make it meaningful, then it's probably fine, right, Highland Phoenix? Like, what other shooting are you running with the... Like, the Thunderstrike is great, but you're going to need... You need at least, like, 2, maybe 3 other shooting units to get the most out of it, right? Like, its buff is legitimately good. +1 to wound at any vehicle or monster. That's a great buff. Especially if you've got, like, double Vindicator, I guess. That's a really great buff.
Matthew Box donated $20 via Super Chat. Appreciate you and your efforts, BA. Love the channel.
Matthew, I love you. Thank you so much for the $20 Super Chat. It's the first one of tonight. I do super appreciate it, dude. I was gonna say you didn't ask. I was gonna say I'm gonna answer your question. You didn't ask a question. Damn it, Matthew. Ask me a question. I'll answer it. But no, I do appreciate it, Matthew, very much. Thank you very much. How did you get on? I was actually going to ask you, how did you get on at LVO? Because last I heard you were like driving... We talked when you were like getting ready to drive to LVO or something. And then I guess I hadn't seen you in a stream. I guess maybe you only just got back, right? Jeff, do you think Blade Guard can run in 3s or do you need 6s? I think Blade Guard can run in 3s. Statistically, Blade Guard will kill 4. I believe it's 4. Like if you throw Blade Guard into a unit of intercessors or something, you'll kill 4 of them. Just 3 Blade Guard. So I think 3 Blade Guard can actually be pretty useful if you're just trying to like have a little cheap unit that wants to do a little bit of scrapping against like something equivalent, right? Oh, hold on. Do these things face both ways? Have I taken off the wrong thing here? There's the little cup one. Alright, there's the one with the little cup, and then there's one that's just wings. Maybe it's the one that's just wings is the one I want. I'll take off the other one and have a look. What am I building? I'm building the Blood Angels Captain from the Combat Patrol. You drove 40 hours and caught a viral cold and an ear infection, but had a blast. 2 and 4 isn't bad, man. I thought your list was like actually quite a tough list to execute. I mean, we talked about it a bit on Patreon, right? I'm trying to remember because it was a few weeks ago. You had quite a bit of Death Company, if I remember correctly. And Death Company have not been performing very well for people, I feel like. Yeah. I think going forward, I'm pretty much done for now anyway. Unless Death Company get a points drop, I'm avoiding them, and I'm going to be doing probably 3-man units of Sangre Guard because I really like those, and potentially small units of Terminators and or small units of Blade Guard. Like I was thinking of running 3 Blade Guard in my current list with like a Judisaur, or I was even thinking of running 3 Blade Guard with no leader as well. Yeah, I mean, this is a cool. This model is giving me proper old school vibes. I like it. My issue with Terminators, even in Angelic Intercessors, is that they're slow. Do you know what? I read a really interesting analogy for using the Terminators, Hylian Phoenix, right? Like, imagine this is the board, right? This red bit paper, and this is my deployment zone here. Right? Imagine there's a bit of terrain here. This is a piece of terrain near the middle. The interesting analogy I heard was like, put your teleport homer here on this side of the terrain close to you, because then, like near the middle of it, close to you, because if the enemy want to stop you using the teleport homer for the free rapid ingress in the center of the board, they have to come on the other side of this piece of terrain, and by doing that, that means like your Vindicator tanks that are back here, just blow the shit out of them. So like you can run the Terminators, find the piece of terrain that's near the middle of the board, and just put your teleport homer on your side of it, and say like, yeah, if you want to stop me rapid ingressing these Terminators for 0 CP, walk into line of sight of all my tanks. I dare you. I double dare you, you know? And I was like, I think it was someone in Discord that was talking about that, or maybe it was someone in the comment section. And I was like, or maybe it was on Reddit, because, I mean, I've been reading a lot of Reddit the last couple of weeks. And I actually really like that idea. I think it would be really strong. So I really can't decide between this Iron Halo and this helmet. I take it if you put this spiky helmet on it, you can't use the Iron Halo. The thing is, I must have other captains with Iron Halos. I kind of want to get this Blood Angels captain, a second one. I'm rocking Terminators with Librarian. That's what I was thinking of doing. I was thinking of rocking the Terminators with Librarian and using the rapid ingress on my side of a piece of terrain like that to force the... If the opponent wants to get rid of the teleport homer, they have to come and deal with that. Do you know what I just realised as well? You get a couple of extra Blood Angels arms on this Captain Sprue. Actually, you get 3 extra Blood Angels arms. And you get a Blood Angels power sword. That isn't the worst thing in the world. Again, there's really bad mold lines on the backpack though. You think the Chaplain might be better? I mean, he might be, but if I'm going to be playing Angelic Inheritors, here's the cool thing about Angelic Inheritors. Any unit that's attached to a character, 1 CP, lethals and lance. And then if you're rerolling 1s to hit and wound, I felt like sustained might be quite meaningful. I think I need to hear one of my kids. I'll be back in just a sec. Okay, sorry about that. Could always give it to the Terminator character, the anti-Overwatch strat to add protection when down. The thing is, Overwatch is probably going to be flamers. Do Terminators care that much about flamers? I mean, I guess if it's Death Guard flamers with anti-infantry 2-up nonsense, maybe. Most regular flamers, not so much. I played against Tau at the event that was at, and they had the crisis suits with the flamers. Depends who has the flamer? Yeah, I mean, I suppose it depends on who has the flamer. Alright, this Captain Sprue has got to win the award for worst mold lines that I've seen on a 40k model in the last 2 or 3 years. Is it like everybody's captain had really bad mold lines? Or was this just a bad batch that I unluckily got? You do care if it's Death Guard with flamers. Yeah, I mean, Death Guard flamers are a bit annoying, I must admit, yeah. New Guard engineers get grenade strap for free and a 12-inch mine. Terminator Chaplain may be better. Oh, because the Terminator Chaplain gives you the 4-up mortal wound protection. Is that right? Alright, let me check these photos that Antonia sent me. Do you know what? I like this one more than I thought I would, actually. I always liked this helmet, I must admit. Seeing it gold, I don't know if I like it as much. What do you think, Antonius? Which one do you like most? What if mold lines are part of the sculpt? Well, I hope they're not. I got 800 points of Blood Angels for like $40, but includes 10 Hellblaster, 10 Reavers, and a Repulsor, and no melee. Am I cooked? I mean, you can use Reavers and be somewhat competitive. You can use Hellblasters and be somewhat competitive. You can use a Repulsor and be somewhat competitive. I wouldn't say you're cooked. You're probably cooked if you try and run them all. But as a starting point, I mean, all of those units are somewhat decent. People have been talking about Reavers a lot recently, and people have definitely run Repulsors. I ran a Repulsor to GT last year. Or maybe it was the year before that, but... Hello, James, by the way. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit like putting a Blade Guard helmet in with the captain, I guess. This captain is very cool. He might be my favourite model from the Combat Patrol, honestly. I think he probably is. Favourite model, most hated mode line sprue. Thoughts on a captain with mastercrafted bolter and a Sangre Priest and 10 Stern Guard. Which detachment, Highland? I think I just don't like the Priest at the moment. I think he's overcosted. Angelic Inheritors. I don't think Angelic Inheritors should be running 10-man squads. I think Angelic Inheritors should be running... MSU as much as possible. But yeah, I just don't like the Priest. Johnny, hey man, I'm tracking my pile of shame as I have a 2,000 point tournament in July. Well, how big is your pile of shame, Johnny? It's good to have a tournament a few months away to aim for. The thing I hate is people that are like painting the night before the tournament, or... I don't like rushing for tournaments. I was pretty lucky for this tournament that I went to like 2 weekends ago. All I had to do was build like one scout with a missile launcher, which honestly wasn't that much of a chore. How much do you think the Priest would be viable? I think he needs to be the same cost as a captain, if not less, because I don't think he's as good as a captain. I actually don't even know what his cost is. Isn't he like 90? But I think he needs to be the same cost as a captain. He should, if not less. He's not as good. I see no situation where you would take a Priest over the captain. 65 points sounds more viable. Yeah, 65, 70 maybe. I just don't see why you would ever take him over the captain. The captain's gonna be more useful all the time. I feel like 90% of the games the captain is the better pick. Where did you get all those heads, by the way, Andonius? It's 2025 and I'm painting Devastators. Oh god, you're doing the Las Cannon Devastators? To be fair, I think in 2024 I was painting Las Cannon. Do you remember there was a hot minute last year where what was it, you could take Las Cannons with storm shields on the same unit? Hello Christian, how you doing? Do we have very many likes on tonight's stream? We do not. So if you guys get 2 seconds tonight, I would appreciate it if you could just hit the like button. Liking does always help ever so much, so I appreciate it. Alright, so we've got the Infernal Pistol, we've got the weird shoulder pad with the thing coming off of it, the wings and the cup. We got the Power Fist, the Cape. So I think it's just a case of deciding on the head. I think I'm going to do the Laurel head. I thought I was going to do this. I thought I was going to do this head. I think I'm doing the Laurel head. I don't know what I'm doing with that head. But I don't think I'm using it. I do have a firstborn upgrade sprue here. An old one. With an old style head of potential. Use it for the Sanguiner. Is his head... do you know what? I just bought the Sanguiner. Is his head as bad as people say it is? I also have one of these heads. Focus, focus, focus. That's a Crimson Lord's head. Is there any other Crimson Lord ones? There's like a... some sort of like Centurion style head. I already built my Astroth, so I guess he doesn't need a head. I used to like the Death Company ones that had the little spikes like that. That isn't my favourite one, though. I wonder if I've got one of those Death Company heads. Maybe that's what I should be doing. He is a captain. Are you a believer in the Devastators for Angelic Inheritors, John? I love the synergy for the sustained hits and the once per game for the 6. I'm not a believer, but I've only played them once. I would much rather have a Predator tank than a squad of Las Cannon Devastators. I feel like you have to attach the character to them, right, as well, Crozier, so they get kind of expensive. Once per game, couple extra Las Cannon hits, rerolling ones. I mean, I guess it's good, but I think I was struggling with where to position my Devastators. Like, I feel like I never really have trouble positioning tanks. But I mean, it's just lack of playing Devastators, I guess. And the problem I was having as well was that I felt like the Devastators had to keep moving. And I guess when Devastators move, they only hit on 4s. And like, I guess hitting on 4s is not that good, I guess, right? Desolation Marines, Desolation Marines are still crazy expensive, right? 200 points for 5 or something? I mean, they were like 140 points. Oh, don't. I've got beak heads. Would this guy look cool with a beak head? Don't do this to me. It's maybe feels a bit small actually. This is a Horus Heresy headpiece, so. Does the Sanguiner need a head because he's a ghost? Maybe he doesn't. I've got so many bits and so many heads, but I don't think I've got any ones that are like screaming at me that this would be perfect. I am going to run Angelic Inheritors like a lot though. Like I'm pretty much going to be exclusively playing Angelic Inheritors for the next while. I don't know how. I feel like I'm just exclusively going to be playing them. That's a bit of a classic head. It's not quite the one I was looking for though. It's a cool classic head though. There's the Blade Guard head. I mean, I guess if you give him a Blade Guard head, he looks very Blade Guard. Is that the worst thing in the world? I mean, Blade Guard do have cool headpieces. As I say, there's a beak head with an actual blood drop on it. I don't know where the hell I got that, but that's pretty rare. When the hell did they sell beak heads with blood drops on them? Probably maybe like a Blood Angels Vanguard veteran kit or some shit. I've got another one of them. I don't even know where the hell I got them. The Blood Angels Tactical Squad, was that what is it? James, thank you so much for watching the channel. I'm glad that you have learned lots. I appreciate it. It's always nice to hear positive comments, so I do appreciate it. I get my fair share of negative ones as well, so thank you for dropping by and saying something positive. I appreciate it. I really think that I have. Maybe I don't have any of those Death Company heads though. That one looks the most like Tycho. What's a good substitute head for? Which head looked most like Tycho? Oh, the big circular one. That's the Death Company head with all the little spikes on it. Look at that. It's even got the little Death Company cross on the top of it. Oh, don't roll away under my keyboard. Fuck off. So I did have one of these Death Company heads. You know what? It might not be my favourite on this model. I thought I would like it more. Is there a version of that Death Company head with bigger spikes? Is there one with a mask on half his face? You mean like... You literally mean like Tycho? I mean, I probably have a Tycho, but his head's going to be too small to look good on this model, I would imagine, right? They should have given us a Tycho head on the upgrade sprue, you know that? Like, there isn't very many good heads on this upgrade sprue at all, is there? Hello, Rallis, good evening. Alright, maybe I'm spending too long wasting my time on this. Primaris head with the bionic eye on half the face. Is that even a head that exists? Like, what sprue would that have been on? That's a pretty crazy Crimson Lord head. What's that even... What is that supposed to even be? It's very Dark Angels. We got like some old geezer. This looks like me. Paint his hair grey. Sorted, right? I actually kind of like that head on that body. I just don't know about how I feel about painting faces. Is that the Tycho-ish one? Is that it? My hair is white. I mean, it was blonde many years ago. Sometimes in the summer it looks blonde still. Sometimes. Do you know what? I kind of like the unhelmeted heads. Give him glasses and it's a spitting image. There you go. You know what? I'm surprised the Crimson Lords didn't make a head that's like half mask. They missed a trick. I feel like I have a Tycho somewhere. Looks like my channel logo. Yeah, a little bit. I think it might be in here. My room is a mess. There we go. Could I cut the head off? Is it worth trying? I don't know what a Tycho still in the box is worth. I mean, well, is it important what it's worth? Probably not. This guy, like, the box is super yellow. It was bought like 20 years ago. Is it too small? It's probably going to be too small, is it? Do you think it's going to be too small? That's the question. I mean, I don't really care. I've got my piston here. I've got the Games Day Captain from... What fucking year is this from? Oh, 2012? I've got Dante. And then I've got a twin last cannon in this box as well for some, you know, when you absolutely need a twin last cannon. Do we try and convert it? You'll buy them? Do you not have do you not have these? I mean, I feel like he's as close to Tycho. I can't believe... Do you know what? I just can't believe they didn't actually give a half-mask face as an option. Like, why? Why? Oh, excuse me. I don't have that captain out with him in that sprue box, by the way. I've never opened it. Alright, we exhausted the options. I think I'm going to go with the Laurel one that Andonius did. Crimson Lord birds are tight. I do like... I have a card... Like, I have this captain here with the Crimson Lord head. I think it is pretty tight. Oh, my camera's wigging out. Just disconnect. Apparently. You stuck his headphone. I was gonna say, I don't think anyone else wants me to use... I think it... It looks so small, Highland Phoenix. I think if I try and use it, it's going to be a disaster. I'm going to end up butchering it, and I'm not going to be able to make it look good, I think. I'd like to. I just think I'm going to butcher it. If they release, and do you know what? I'll buy the captain again if they release a Tycho head. How about that? I think the third-party Crimson Lord bits, they do have a half mask. Do they really? Are you fucking with... Okay, hold on. I finally made a decision after wasting like 20 minutes. And you guys are all like, use the head. Alright, hold on. This is like my box. Is this the box? No. That's the box of cigars. Wrong box. Right, this is the box. Oh, my camera is really dead. Did it stop working again? Hold on a minute. I think I better close the app and start it up again. You know what, maybe close the desktop app as well. Yeah. There we go. Back. John is... What cigar are you smoking, John? I must admit, I struggle to smoke cigars sober these days. I used to smoke cigarettes, I don't smoke anymore. But I did have a cigarette on our New Year's Eve stream this year. Probably something I was super proud of, but it happened. Right, hold on. So this is another box of Crimson Lord helmets. Let's see what the hell we've got. Thank you so much for the super chats, guys. Very Monte Cristo White. Okay, there isn't a half helmet. There is definitely not a half helmet. There's this weird thing, which is like a helmet with a bionic eye or something? Oh, don't you do this again to me, camera mount. Fuck off. Every time I touch my camera mount, it flies. Like, there's this helmet with like this bionic eye thing going on. And then there's like another one with a blood drop and a iron halo built into the helmet, which actually is pretty cool. I don't see any half bases. But I do have like 4 boxes of Crimson Lords things. You just sent me a picture in the Discord. Hold on then. Now, it has to be the Tycho head. Right. let me see this 3D printed head. Hold on. Discord. I must admit I don't look in the 3D printing channel very often. I'm not really... So there is a mask with half his... Was that originally there, or was that a stretch goal, Rallis? Do you know? Like, does anyone know? Did anyone watch the Crimson... Like, is this... Were these stretch goals, or were... Like, who else has got Crimson Lord bits? Have you... Any of you got this head? Because I don't... I got the original stuff. It's not Tycho enough. You're gonna make me cut off this head, aren't you? Oh look, I get some Monte Cristos. These have seen wear. But yeah, these are a lot of smoking, man. I was gonna have a cigar at New Year, but I didn't. Okay. Alright, I'll have one look in the other Crimson Lord box, and if it's not there, then I guess we're taking Tycho's head off. And if Tycho's head looks so small, it looks stupid in this model, I'm going to be angry that you guys made me open that box, because I've had it for ages. Yeah, don't smoke. It's bad for you. Right, that's a box that looks like it's got a lot of heads in it. That looks like chainswords or something. Looks like arms. That one's got heads in it. Capes. That's got heads in it. I mean, I guess there's a lot of little packets here that have potentially heads in them. That's got heads in it. It will look like a tiny head poking out. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. It'll look wrong. It'll look tiny. That's got heads in it. This one got heads. Yeah, this one's got heads in it. I've got all these blisters to look. Oh, I say they're blisters, they're not really blisters, are they? I do think that it's going to be too small. It will be a perfect fit. It's been great, VT. Thanks for hanging out. Right, so I've got like crazy Death Company face. So let's see, come on, one of these guys got to have the half mask. Yeah, I don't know if that was a stretch goal and I just don't have that. Like, I thought I got all the Crimson Lord stuff, but I got it, like, super early. So potentially, if there was some of the stuff... I know some stuff was added afterwards, because it did so well, right? So I'm guessing I got it too early. Didn't get the Tycho face. Don't waste your time. Tycho has the perfect head. Damn you. Trivial Pursuit checked his as well, and no Tycho face. Yeah, so maybe that was a stretch goal and I don't have it. God damn it. For once in my life, for being early, it's come back to bite me in the ass. Can 10 of the same unit have the same squad markings? Oh god, someone in chat help me out. I don't really conform to like lower base squad markings. I just do what I think looks cool. I mean, some of these Phobos helms have like a half mask, but yeah, I'm not sure. I really think the Tycho helmet's head is going to look too small. Just order a Tycho head? Yeah, maybe that's the best idea. Alright, I'll look in this. I've got it. Oh my god, it's here. It was in this bag all along. It's actually kind of hard to see the mask. Can you see it on the stream okay? I mean, it's subtle, but you can see it. You can see this is the Tycho helmet with the long hair. It's the one. Is that one on the right there? Do you know what I'm going to do? I had it all along, and this will be the right size. Let me get my magnifying glass out. It's late at night and I'm tired. So let's see if we can see it through the magnifying glass. So I'm going to need to move this light a little bit because it's reflecting something hellish. See if my camera will focus and the light will not be dodged. I mean, I can see him okay. I don't know how well you can pick him up on the stream. If I bring it closer to the camera. Oh, there we go. That's what we need to do. Can you see it? Young Tycho with long teenage hair. It looks rubbish. Well, we've been searching for it for an hour. I'll see if I've got the other one. Hold on. But I think this is the one we're going with. At least now when I put them on the tabletop, people will be like, oh cool, that's Tycho. I have the old Tycho and I just think that considering how small the old model is, I just think that the head will be too small. I've got them with short hair as well. Right. There's short hair. There's long hair. I mean, short hair definitely. That's decent, right? Oh god, someone's like, long hair. I was gonna say, we need to do a vote in chat. In chat will pick. Magnetize them both, fuck off. I'm not, it's like, I didn't mean that to come across so harsh. It's 11 o'clock, dude, I'm tired. I'm not magnetizing fucking Tycho's head, sorry. I mean, I kind of like the long Hagrid version, because I feel like that's more like me, you know, like, he's just tired. The long hair makes up for the small head. I'm not going to be able to please everyone here. It doesn't feel that, you know, the short hair version doesn't feel too short. The head doesn't feel too small, is what I'm trying to say. Right? Long, golden, flowing locks like his Primarch. I mean, Christian's got a point there. Vote, vote, vote. Tycho 2.0. Long or short? Do I have to go? Do I have to go with what chat says? Is that the deal? So I wonder if I could get like one of these little blood drop cauldron thingy-madoo or whatever they're called. What are these things called again? They go on the pauldrons? It might be too much actually, he already has that. Yeah. Maybe it'd be too much. Alright. Thank God we found that head. It only took half an hour, didn't it? Probably took more like an hour. Alright, you get your wish. Long or short hair, votes up. 50-50. It's tense. Who's gonna edge it, long or short? Long is winning. 15 votes.
I have awoken.
I mean, Mr. Long like your Primarch. Mars, thank you so much for 36 months of membership, dude. That is super awesome of you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Old Tycho head. I think it's got to be old Tycho head, it seems like. Alright, give it one more minute. And then it'll be old Tycho head, I guess. I didn't think it was going to take me this long to make this character. I thought I'd like bash through him. That's the problem with being passionate about conversions. You slow down. Things have to be right. Off topic, did anyone in chat buy the Eldar Codex today, or is it just me? Alright, we're going with the old head, it seems. Sorry, Highland Phoenix. You are very passionate about the young Tycho head. I'll keep that head aside, though. We'll get that... I wonder if there's another character we can get that head on. This can be like Tycho right before his death. Serenade spent enough money on the new guard stuff. What guard stuff did you buy, dude? Am I cutting the head? No, I'm not cutting the head off. I'm gonna... Oh, right. No. I'm not cutting the head off. I'm using the one with long hair. The new Crimson Lord one with long hair. That's what we're doing. What did JT say? I missed his question. Now that we're about halfway through 10th edition, what do we think about it? I mean, I think overall the rules and... I feel like the rules, the game itself, is in a better state than it's been in. Like if you go back to the previous editions. I feel like the balance is once again improved this edition. Like if you look at the balance in 9th edition, it was quite often like armies were just way ahead. I mean, you still get that a bit in 10th edition, but I feel like things are moving forward. The long hair version won't be the real Tycho. Dude, the chat has voted. I cannot to risk the wrath of chat is to risk. It's like it's not worth it. It's not worth it for me to risk chat. If chat has voted, that's what we've got to go with. That's why I was apprehensive. That's why I said, like, do I have to go with what chat said? Because that can be dangerous. It's emo Tycho. Well, he's gonna have long glowing locks like Sanguinius, or he's gonna have long white hair like me. Do you know what? I just ordered some Apothecary White today and I've never used that before, so maybe his hair can be Apothecary White. And then we're sorted. Emperor's Children do look cool. I just worry that they're not gonna have I was going to say, it's not that they're not going to have enough uniqueness. It's going to be like, they're going to be very... like, samey in terms of like... They're going to have Hellbrutes, they're going to have Rhinos, they're going to have all the other things that the other demon chapters are going to have. I felt like it didn't... It didn't feel like the marine range that they showed off in the reveal stream. I felt like it didn't have enough. But I guess time will tell, right? Because I felt like there's only like 5 units or something, right? Maybe 6? Was it like the Primarch, the Noise Marines? There was like another character, another melee squad, and then like one more squad? Was that it? Like, are they gonna have enough where they feel varied, I guess is my question. Because, like, if you think about Votann came out how long ago now? Like, Votann were out... Let me think. Votann must have been, like, I feel like they're 9th edition. Yeah, Votann must have been 9th edition, because they had a codex. So they must have been late on... They must have been about halfway through 9th edition? And Votann have had nothing new this edition? And I feel like the Votann range was incomplete. So, like, is the Emperor's Children range just going to be somewhat incomplete? Alright, that's what he looks like. Old Tycho. I hope you like him because he took me for fucking ages. So we've got Old Tycho and we've got the Sanguinary Combi Weapon Lieutenant. I planned to make a model for like 20... I thought I was going to make a model for like 20 minutes at the start of the stream. This is why my pile of shame is so big. I mean live like 2.5 hours. 2 hours 40 minutes. Average time to build Space Marine, 1 hour 20 minutes. Jeff says Infiltrators or Incursors. Right now I think Infiltrators are the better option. I have 3 squads of Incursors. I feel like I've barely played my Incursors this edition. I actually only have 2 squads of Infiltrators and 3 squads of Incursors. So I've got 1 extra squad of Incursors versus the Infiltrators, but I just feel like this edition I really haven't played them. Infiltrators are still really, really good this edition. I mean, that's probably the bottom line for it, right? If they include the demons, then they have a shed ton more. Yeah, that's the rumor I've been hearing, that the demons, like the Emperor's Children's Codex, will include Slaanesh demons. And like, I don't know how much truth there is. I haven't watched Valrak in a while. He's probably done 10 videos on it. Yeah, I think just you. As a parent, you think you're going to have loads of time to yourself in the Christmas holidays, but in fact you have no fucking time. They confirmed that on stream, did they? Did they actually confirm that? I wasn't sure, Serenade. Stop stalling and get the brushes out. I'm doing it, man! Jesus Christ! I actually don't know how long I'm going to paint for because my eyes were going a little bit blurry when we were trying to look at those heads, because I'm old now. I actually have a vitamin deficiency that affects my eyesight as well, so sometimes my eyesight goes a bit wonky. It's pretty annoying actually. So I've got to take extra vitamins because of this deficiency. The side effect of taking the extra vitamins is like I get rashy. So I can't fucking win. It's like I can either see or I get rashy. There's no in between. If my eyes are blurry, the paint job will look better. Yeah, until the next day when my eyes working good again, and then I'm like, can't see anything. Just be upset. Dad's side. Had all night last night to built 2 custodes and all their bases texture properly. Well, as long as you're doing something every week, I feel like you're making. Does my country's eye care cover laser eye surgery? No, I don't think it would. I actually don't mind wearing glasses, but laser eye surgery isn't going to fix the problem I have. Like, my eyes are healthy. It's more like a brain problem with a vitamin deficiency thing. Because originally I thought it was a problem with my eyes, and I went for about 1 billion tests. You know what it's like. You get referred to one person who gets you referred to someone else, who gets you referred to someone else. And then finally, after like 1 million eye tests, they were like, we should probably do your bloods. I was like, okay. I don't eat very much red meat though, that's the problem. So like, I just don't eat beef, really. Not out of choice, really, it's just we don't really eat beef in our household, I guess. And apparently there's a vitamin that I'm deficient in. Sometimes. And it can cause eye problems. And it took forever to figure that out. That's not that good. So yeah, I can see okay right now, but I guess if it gets super late and I have to focus. Anyway, these guys are just needing some base coats anyway, so it's nice and simple. I don't need to be too accurate. But yeah, I'll probably stream for like another half an hour or so, we'll see. Get on the multivitamins, take one every day, man. I take one that gives me 100% of the vitamin that I'm missing, and then I take another vitamin tablet that gives me 100% of the vitamin I'm missing, so go figure. Peptide, I don't know what peptide is, Robert. It's not vitamin D. You'd be surprised. Do you know what? I know that like in Scotland you would think that vitamin D is the problem because we never get any sunshine, but no, apparently it's not vitamin D that I'm missing, it's B12, which I believe you get from red meat. I think you get it from other sources. I mean, I think there's other things you can eat to get B12. Apparently it's quite common now to have a B12 deficiency. But I guess the way I found out that I had a deficiency was eye problems. Weird, right? So this is the only new Sangre guard that I've built. I have only built one of them. And I had to use him this week because my old Sangre guard, I only have 2 built with banners. So if I want to use 3 Sangre guard, I need to use this guy, or 3 squads of Sangre guard and have a banner in each one. Then I need to use this guy. So this is literally the only reason this guy's getting painted, I guess, or getting some paint on him, because I was like, I do not have... In my old models of Sangre guard, I have 2 guys built with banners. One has an Infernal Pistol, one has a bolter. So I always used to be able to choose. I would be like, I want my banner guy to have a bolter, or I want him to have an Infernal Pistol. So, as always, my painting revolves around what units I need to be competitive. Yeah, I'm not really super familiar with too much health stuff. I just know that apparently I miss B12. I think the new ones are much better when they've got wings attached though. I think they just look so much better. Bearded Coyote just picked up the Blood Angels Combat Scroll. Congrats on 25 models added to your pile of shame, dude. You got this. If we have access to all this food... I mean, people live a lot longer than they used to, right? I mean, we must be doing some things right. Plus, here's the problem though, like, pizza's pretty fucking tasty and there isn't that many nutrients in pizza, right? A lot of carbohydrate, but not that much nutrients. Vitamin pizza, that's the thing, right? You know, in Scotland now they do this thing where they basically make pizza out of like what are they called? Haribo? How do you coat these? I sprayed them with black and then I sprayed them with Retributor Gold, man. That's how I base coat all my gold models. Sometimes when you're spraying with the Retributor Gold, you do need to go and give it a bit of a touch up in areas where the gold doesn't quite reach, or where the coverage isn't 100%. But I feel like Retributor Gold is, for the most part, a pretty good spray paint. It's an expensive spray paint, but I feel like it's pretty good. I mean, the only disadvantage of basing with gold like this is if you've got something like this that you're going to want to paint like light grey, because I like to paint the wings light grey, they're probably going to need 2 or 3 coats to cover over the top of the gold, right? I mean, I could have masked them off, I didn't. I mean, sometimes you can just mask them off with some blue tack, or you could mask them off with like masking tape, of course. Silly putty? Yeah, silly putty is essentially blue tack. I don't know if you don't call it blue tack. Maybe. Or white tack, maybe. Some places have it white tack. I mean, if you don't want to buy the gold spray, you could just spray it white or black first and then paint it gold. You might just need, again, 2 thin coats. 2 thin coats is usually the... I know that like a lot of the Warhammer official channel always jokes about like 2 thin coats, but it really does help. If you just put 2 thin coats on everything and don't care about much else, like highlights and stuff, it will still just look good because 2 thin coats works really, really well. Getting tired, so you're just going to drop the model. Oh, it's good to be back. I feel like I haven't streamed on a Saturday night in ages, honestly. The last one was probably sometime mid-December. Tomorrow night is the Armyless show, so tune in from like, it's like 8 PM we usually kick off the Armyless show, just after 8 PM. we spend like an hour and a half looking at community submitted lists. So we'll do that tomorrow night, 8 PM UK time. It's a fumble, yeah. Fortunately, we had fumble recovery. Super Bowl's next week or something, is it? Who's even playing in the Super Bowl this year? I haven't been following things because, like, my Giants aren't doing so well, you know that? I swear to you, ever since I started supporting the Giants, I went to one Giants game. I was in New York, went to a Giants game, and I swear, ever since I've been to that Giants game, they've been absolutely shit. I mean, not even like, you know, like, not even like they've been bad. No, they've just been utter shit. But I mean, they're a pretty big franchise. I assume at some point in the future they'll be somewhat decent again. I just don't know when that's going to be, like, and how many more years of terrible shitness are we going to have before we get back there. 2 thin coats of pepperoni on the pizza, exactly. 2 thin coats is what's best in life. Since they've lost Eli, they've been shit. Yeah, when I saw them, they had Eli. Do you know what? I was in the supermarket, though, like 2 months ago. I was going to say 2 weeks. It wasn't 2 weeks because it was before Christmas. And they had, like, giant hoodies. Like New York Giant hoodies, not like giant hoodies, like New York Giant hoodies for kids. And there was one for like my son's like 3 years old, so there must have been one for like ages, and he's wearing like ages 4 to 5. So there must have been one for like ages 4 to 5, and I like took a photo of it and sent it to my wife, and was like, I really want to buy the Giants hoodie, and she said the same thing, like you know, the Giants are a bit shit at the moment. And I was like, yeah, I know they are. You don't need to remind me. I know they are. But I still really want to buy it because I think it would be cool on him. And then, like, you know, I went round the shop and did the other shopping, and then went back to the hoodie, and I was like, oh, fuck it. It's only like $12 or something. I'm going to buy it. When I got to the checkout, it was like half price discounted, and I was like, oh yeah, probably. No one's buying this. They had to discount it. So I did get my son like a Giants hoodie for like $6, and I do actually really like it. It was kind of funny because I was just like, yeah, I guess this has been on the shelf for a while and like nobody wants it. They were waiting for me to come in and be like, look at that idiot, he's buying some Giants clothes. The Super Bowl will be Philadelphia or DC versus Buffalo or Kansas City. Kansas are doing well again, huh? If you want your team to win, have you considered not supporting them? Is that how that works? I've supported a Scottish football team that haven't won the league since 1983, so I mean, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, I guess. For the record, I was born in 1983, so I think they won it probably the year that I was born, and then they haven't won it since. But I'll still go to as many of their football games as I possibly can, and I enjoy it every time, you know. I don't follow college football, but we don't really get college football here in the UK. We don't really get too much in terms of like, we get like an hour a week where they show us all the highlights from the NFL. Like it's like one show, 1 hour a week. Like we don't get any of the matches on TV. The only match we get on TV every year is the Super Bowl. If I want to watch Giants games, I have to go to like NewYorkGiants.com or whatever, and I have to subscribe and have to pay extra to just see those Giants games. I think it's called like Game Pass. I'm sure you've got Game Pass in America, right? So I've had a subscription to Game Pass before, but I must admit I haven't subscribed in probably like 7 or 8 years at this point, because every single time I paid for it, it was like, oh my god, these Giants are just terrible, what the hell? What the actual hell? Tell us the teams you support and I'll bet on the opposite. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. You can get a Sunday ticket from YouTube, can you? I don't know if you can get that in the UK. Maybe it's different, man. I've never seen it advertised, which is weird. I mean, I've seen Game Pass advertised a bunch. Well, maybe they do a thing where you can just buy like the games on any given Sunday via like Game Pass on YouTube. Maybe, I don't know. The thing is, usually, I guess I probably watch more football and stuff before kids, because weekends kind of like family time, isn't it? Or at least during the day it is. Like today we went swimming, and then I spent ages trying to put some Christmas photos together. Blood Angels is for banter. I appreciate it, dude. Yeah, we just have I mean, that's what we're here for, a bit of banter. Next weekend I might do a stream with the new Eldari book, because I'm going to dive a little bit into Eldari to looking at the new book will be good anyway, because I'll figure out how to beat them with Blood Angels. But now that I actually have some Eldari models, I may as well give them a little bit more. I was going to say a little bit more. It's not like screen time, but just give them a little bit more of a investigation, I guess. I think I'm going to run Terminators this week, though. Is it a 2-week pre-order for the Eldar stuff, or is it the... I only really normally pay attention to pre-order when it's Blood Angels pre-orders, right? So like most of the Games Workshop pre-orders, I must admit I don't pay too much attention to, because if it's not Blood Angels I'm usually not interested. All pre-orders are 2 weeks now. Thanks, dude. Yeah, I thought it might be 2 weeks, I just wasn't sure. What's your thoughts on speed paints? Do you actually mean the army painter speed paints, or do you just mean like contrast paints and speed paints in general? Because the army painter ones are the ones that are specifically called speed paints, right? Do they sell out quick? That new Phoenix Lord was sold out on Element Games when I looked at it. It must have been about 1 o'clock I looked. So about 3 hours after the pre-order, Element Games had sold out. Not on everything, but they'd sold out on that new character. Because I was like, God damn it, I can't buy the new character from Element Games. And I like Element Games because they give you free shipping in the UK and they give you discount points and codes and stuff. So no, they were sold out on the new character at like 3 hours after the 3 hours after it went on sale. They were sold out. I use a couple of contrast paints. I don't own any speed paints, but I do own a few contrast paints, and I do think that they are a pretty useful tool to have. I've never actually painted a whole army. Like, I've never worked out a color scheme with like contrast paints and just be like, this is the army I'm going to paint with contrast, and I'm just going to spam it, because I guess I typically only paint Blood Angels, right? But I am building out my collection of contrast paints. I actually bought my 3rd contrast paint this morning, so I have 3 now. And I think if you want to use them, they're definitely a tool that you can use to save yourself a lot of time. So I've got no issue with people using contrast paints. I think if you like them, go for it. They're decent. You can do interesting things with them as well, right? Like sometimes I'll just paint contrast paint right over the gold spray, and then you'll get really interesting like golden contrast. And like if you just do one layer of contrast over something like gold, then you'll get very interesting like golden color with contrast through it underneath. So yeah, I'm a fan of contrast paints. I just haven't done a whole army using them. The Eldar models that I'm going to be painting though are just going to be dry brushed. Because I got Miles's colour scheme, and thank the Lord, Miles's colour scheme, the whole scheme is just dry brushing. So he just dry brushes like 3 colours over the top of each model, and it's like super rough and super quick, and I was like, oh my god. Because he was like, do you care that my painting's all dry brushing? And I was like, no, I actually love that your painting's all dry brushing, because it means that I won't... Like with my Blood Angels, I'm very particular, you know, like every, like for example, these weapons are going to be painted one color, then they're going to be edge highlighted one color, and blah 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 blah, and everything is slow and everything is meticulous and everything needs to meet a certain standard. And it was like, to have another army where I don't care about any of that, I'm just going to be slapping paints on and dry brushing. I love it. Now, how do you feel about starting Dante on the table for the 31-inch threat range? I don't like it. You can start him in a Repulsor or a Land Raider to get even more threat range as well, right? Because if he's in a Repulsor, he also gets a 3-inch disembark. But, I mean, realistically, whenever Dante gets into a fight, he doesn't have much survivability beyond, you know, like killing a unit to a point where it's not got many left and then trying to wrap it. And wrapping isn't as good as it used to be, because most people, if Dante has if they're unit wrapped, then they'll just fall back, and if they have to take a desperate escape attempt, so be it. One of their guys dies or something like that. It's not the biggest end of the deal. So like, I just don't know if I feel like Dante is he's better as a reactory piece because he doesn't have a load of survivability. Mac. So I think he's better to be in reserve and bring him in rapid ingress and react, you know, like take out an enemy model where Dante isn't going to be able to be countered on pretty hard, and then do the same again the following turn. Like you said, he moves pretty far, so if you can kill an enemy model and then you can be behind a wall, or you can be sort of far enough away where they're not going to be able to engage right on you and kill them, and then you can move again and advance and charge and get +1 to your advance and +1 to your charge, and then kill another unit. I think that's how you want to be playing Dante. So I put Dante into reserve every single game. In Angelic Inheritors, I might not be tempted to put him into reserve every game, but in Liberator Assault Group, I certainly was. What do you think about 3 units of 3 rather than 6 and 3 Sangre Guard? In Angelic Inheritors, 100%. I think 3 units of 3 is the play to go. In Liberator Assault Group, I think 6 and 3 is fine. I mean, 6 and 3 might actually be the preferred way of playing them in Liberator Assault Group. But Angelic Inheritors, I think 3 units of 3 is probably the strongest way to run the Sangre Guard. But disclaimer, I've only played AI once. I'm going to play it again, I just have only played it once so far. I was practicing for a tournament with Liberator Assault Group up until like last week. So even if I wanted to play the Grot Missile Detachment, which at the time I didn't really, I was too busy practicing. Excuse me. Alright, I'm going to be here for like 10 more minutes, guys, and then I'm going to head off. I think. It's getting late, it's 20 to midnight. Why is 3 better? Because I feel like 3 just kill what you want them to kill. Like, with Dante, it's 20 AP3 damage 2 from the 3. With a captain, it's like 17 AP damage 2. A bunch will be 3, some of them will be 2, I think. But I think for the most part, like, they'll trade with any small unit. And I think that having just played a tournament with the Sangre Guard, and in the tournament I had the 6 and the 6 in Dante, right? If the 6 and Dante ever fail to kill their target, which does happen, it happened to me in a couple of games, then they just get countered on and killed so damn quick. They aren't that survivable. I mean, they're just toughness 4 Marines, really. Yes, they have an invulnerable save, but then you're really reliant on rolling high on your invulnerable save. And I'm sure you guys know that in some games, you know, you got to take 10 4-up saves, you'll pass all 10, but then in other games you got to take 10 4-up saves, you fail all 10. And in the games where you pass all 10, you're like, yeah, cool, just 6-man unit of Sangre Guard, they're pretty great. And in the game where you fail all 10, and you're getting hit by like AP3 plasma, 3 damage a shot, and you fail 10, and it's like, oh my god, my 400 point a unit of Sangre Guard just got deleted by like, you know, 100 point Imperial Guard unit. It is horrific. So that's probably why I think I prefer running the smaller units, because it's just less for the opponent to, it gives you more options on the table because you've got all these little pretty deadly units, and then if you do get countered on, you're not losing nearly as much. And I mean, that's one of the reasons that like the jump intercessors were super strong, right? Because everybody was running 3 units of them. And people were like, yeah, you know what, if you counter on a unit of jump intercessors, I really don't care, they're like 80 points. And I think that's one of the things that was probably pretty noticeable, or one of the things that was pretty meaningful for like Blood Angels being at the top of the meta, when jump intercessors were like 80 points and every single list had like 3 squads of them, and it was like, okay, if you counter on a unit of jump intercessors, I really don't care because I've got 3 of them and they're super cheap and they trade with everything and blah 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 blah, right? First time commenting on your channel, really enjoying. Any tips for Imperial Guard because I struggle, recently returned to the hobby. What type of guard are you playing against? Like what detachment? What are we talking about? We're talking about like 120 guardsmen? Or are we talking about a load of tanks? What's the problem? Like what are you struggling with? But thanks for commenting. Welcome, Benjamin. Nice to see you. It's always nice to see some new faces. You should join our Discord, man. We've got a crap load of people in the Discord. You'll always be able to get help in the Discord from other people as well if I'm not around. Some really helpful people over there. Guard effectively completely changed this weekend. The bridgehead attachment is still super strong, I think. All the tanks. Yeah, a lot of tanks is tricky for Blood Angels because their melee units don't hit nearly as hard as they used to hit. Are you bringing fire support, Benjamin, or are you just all about jump infantry? Like, have you got, have you got like some sort of anti-armor vehicles in your list or anything like that? Joda, thanks for hanging out. Welcome. Appreciate you attending live. It's pretty late. I've been streaming for like 3 and a bit hours at this point. So, and it's coming up to midnight, so I'm probably not here too much longer. Find a fun way to make Terminators useful. 5 Terminators plus the Chaplain in a Storm Raven with a Death Company Dreadnought. I was going to say, not many people are playing Storm Ravens at the moment, so more power to you. They're not seen as very competitive, that's for sure. If you're just running 2 Ballistuses as your fire support, I've done that myself. Like, I've tried a list with 2 Ballistuses as the fire support, and I feel like that's not... I just felt like it didn't have enough punch. Probably the same as what you're saying. I also tried 2 Ballistuses and a Predator tank, and I also felt that didn't have enough punch. So I ended up going with a Ballistus, a Predator tank, and a Vindicator tank. Because the Vindicator obviously has that strength 14 cannon, which I guess is a pretty good breakpoint into certain enemy vehicles and stuff. Strength 14 usually means wounding armor and monsters and shit on 3s rather than 4s or 5s even. Because you do fight against some enemies that have toughness 13 stuff. So, yeah, I think if your fire support is only 2 Ballistus Dreadnoughts, I would say it's time to figure out another fire support unit into the list. I think I've seen some people do double Ballistus Dreadnought and a Gladiator Lancer. I think that's an option. Vindicator Tank's obviously an option. A Thunderstrike could help buff those Ballistuses. But yeah, I think having played 2 Ballistuses, I think I played it one time and I came away from the game and was just like, yeah, 2 Ballistuses just doesn't feel like I have enough threat at long range to get rid of stuff. I love Death Company as their way to make Lost Brethren more competitive. Right now, I think Lost Brethren is not in a great state. We might see a update for it at some point to make it more competitive. I don't think there's a whole heap of options that you can do right now to twist things on its head. I think if you like Death Company, you'd probably be better just playing one of the standard attachments and adding some Death Company units to it for now. A full Death Company, like, but it swings and roundabouts. Like, a year ago, full Death Company was probably really good. Maybe even 2 years ago, full Death Company was really good. I went to a tournament in 9th edition where I was playing, I think it might have not been quite called the Lost Brethren, but it was something to do with like Fury of the Lost or something, where I went to a tournament in 9th edition and it was all about having Death Company units and Lost units. Right now it's just not there, dude. I think both Ballistus and Vindicators will get nerfed. I will switch to Armigers. I don't know if Ballistus Dreadnoughts will get nerfed. I don't think they're strong enough to get nerfed. They went from 140 points to 130. What are they going to do? Put them back to 140? I think they're alright. I don't think the 10 points changes too much. In my current list, I have 1 Vindicator, 2 Predator Destructors, and the last Cannon Devastator squad. Yeah, so you're maybe just a little bit shy on... like 2 Ballistus Dreadnoughts on their own really isn't enough fire support, I think. They need something else. The detachment rule is just not good enough for Lost Brethren, says Antonius. He's probably right. You know, they might come back and fix it though. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't. We're not really sure. Have you tried taking a sledgehammer to squish the guard? Yeah, that's probably one of the best ideas, right? How many people got Crimson Lords? I think a lot of people got Crimson Lords. I think the general sentiment was that the new Sangre Guard kit and or new Death Company kit just lacked a bunch of flavour. The 2 characters I built tonight both ended up with Crimson Lord, but no, what do you know what? One got a bit off the upgrade sprue, but one definitely ended up with Crimson Lord bits on them. So I think every time I'm building a Blood Angels character these days, Crimson Lord 3D printed parts are definitely, I was going to say, definitely an option, definitely something I consider on almost any Blood Angel kit that I make, just because I think they add a level of customization that we used to have. And I guess with all the kit changes and the Primarising and stuff like that, we lost some of it. $7,000 backers on the Crimson Lord. So that's about to put that in perspective, I know I'm an admin on the Reddit for Blood Angels, and I know that on Reddit there's like 40,000 followers of the Blood Angels Reddit. So if you assume that like a lot of the Blood Angels community is on Reddit, I feel like Warhammer 40k players probably read Reddit, but there's probably a percentage that don't. So say like 60% read Reddit, 70% read Reddit. Probably like almost 20% of people that play Blood Angels picked up the Crimson Lord stuff. It's pretty crazy. Games Workshop left an awful lot of money on the table with the Blood Angels release. Because the Crimson Lord set was like quite expensive, right? To buy all the different pieces. It wasn't, I mean, it wasn't super cheap. I think if you wanted like a Dreadnought and the Sangre Guard bits and the Death Company bits, you were like $50. Because I think I spent $100, but I was buying 2 sets of everything because I was going to do this charity raffle, and I wanted to have like multiple prizes for the charity raffle. No, that was it. Sorry, I spent $100 because I bought Bought myself one set of everything, but then I bought one set of everything for the charity raffle. That's what I did. Do I like the Screaming Death masks more than the normal ones? Yeah, I think I do.
I have awoken.
Bearded Coyote, thank you so much for becoming a member, dude. I do really appreciate that. Make sure you get over onto the Discord because you'll get access to our members only room. And if you've got any problems figuring... Basically, you just have to link your YouTube account to Discord. So you log into your Discord, you join the BAC Discord, you go into your settings, and just link up your YouTube account to your Discord account, and you should just automatically get popped into our members only room. Thank you very much for becoming a member. I bought all my Crimson Lords on eBay. I bought them straight off the website. I thought it was... and I got some from Archie's Forge as well. Do you think Blood Angels players are going to get shafted with 11th edition releases? I think what will happen is a bunch more Firstborn stuff will go to Legends. So, I mean, I guess if you're buying stuff right now, I'd probably just try and avoid buying too much Firstborn stuff. Because I really do think the Firstborn stuff will... I don't know if they'll legend everything, but I think it'll be close. I think Land Raiders might stay, but I think there's probably a good chance they legends just about everything else. Devastator squads, yeah, I really can't imagine Devastator squads are going to stay into 11th edition. Tactical squads, no, I don't think so. Rhinos even? Maybe. Hard to say. But I think they're probably going to be new Marines to start the new edition off again, because that's usually what always happens, right? There'll be a new Marine box. Marines versus something. I can't even remember. Like, we did Leviathan. That was Marines against Necrons. Before that, it was Marines against... Sorry, Leviathan was Marines against Terminators. Before that, it was Marines against Necrons. Before that, it was Marines against Death Guard. Is that right? Dark Imperium, was that Death Guard? I don't know what was before that. Nargling, yeah. Say goodbye to the Ball Predator. I mean, there's a chance. Anything that's Firstborn is pretty risky to purchase at the moment, I feel like. I haven't bought anything Firstborn since the start of the edition, after they killed so many units. Like, people lost so much stuff because the legend stuff at the start of the edition. I've just avoided buying more. I'd have probably quite liked a third Vindicator tank, because I think Vindicator tanks are awesome, but I was just too wary that they're going to legends it. Alright, that is going to be me for tonight. I mean, I liked what they did with Terminators. You make a good point, Antonius. Like, I liked the fact that they, like, basically said, like, hey, here's a classic kit. We've done, like, a new version of it, but your classic kit is still good to go. I liked that a lot. I kind of hope they do that with Vanguard veterans, because I have a crap load of Vanguard veterans, and I'd rather not have to be like, oh crap, all my Vanguard veterans are legends. I'd rather just be able to use like the new Vanguard veterans, kind of like what they did with Terminators, but I'm not it's not guaranteed, right, is it? I bought a third attack bike in 9th, it's still in the box. Yeah, well, I mean, your attack bike, it got legends before it came out of the box. It's a little bit annoying, huh? Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow night for the Army List show, 8 PM. So that's precisely 20 hours from now. Have a good night. Thanks so much for watching. I do appreciate it. It's nice to see you all. It's nice to hang out. I know it's been too long, but we should be back hanging out for streams on a Saturday night for a little while. I think I'll probably do next weekend and maybe the weekend after. We'll see. But that was fun. By the blood we are made strong, guys. Have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace. Good night.